There are plenty of underrated exercises that lifters avoid due to fear-mongering or they just simply don't know about them. Today, I'll go over 10 of these exercises, bust myths surrounding them, and reveal their hidden benefits, starting off with the first exercise on the list, deficit push-ups. These have been gaining popularity, with big names like Jeff Nippard mentioning them in his underrated exercise list, and Mike Israetel putting them in his top 5 chest exercises. But honestly, in my 4 years of lifting, I haven't seen anyone do them in the gym. It's a shame, because deficit push-ups offer the unique benefit of letting the scapula move freely, allowing you to get a deeper stretch than any chest press. This isolates and stretches the chest more than most presses, and improves shoulder mobility while strengthening the stabilizing muscles around the shoulder joint. I've never seen anyone do these in the gym either. They offer the same benefits as a regular deficit push-up but emphasize the upper chest, which is underdeveloped in most people. Chest-supported rows, where you really focus on protracting and retracting your scapula, has been the recommended exercise for the upper back of most fitness influencers. For the past year or two, I stuck with it, got strong on them, but my upper back was still lacking. A couple of months ago, I tried the third exercise on this list. My shoulders were messed up, and I heard the reverse chest expander was great for shoulder health. When I tried them, I actually started feeling sore in my upper back after my workouts, which never used to happen, and the progress has been crazy. I've been adding 2 to 3 reps every week, going from 3 springs for 10 reps to 15 reps with 4 springs, and my shoulders are feeling way better. If you don't have the chest expander, you can get similar benefits with using 2 cables, bands, or a reverse pec deck. Now for the 4th exercise on the list. If you don't want to end up like this guy, who can't reach a ticket on his back, keep your lats flexible. Stretching can be boring, and I've never been consistent with it, but I never miss a gym session. So if you're like me, use dumbbell pullovers to stretch your lats and build them at the same time. They also improve your shoulder health and work your upper chest and triceps. I've seen people do these, but I think they're essential for long-term mobility, and I think more people should be doing them. This one has a bad rap for being dangerous, and it can be if you go too heavy too soon. Start with just a bar and feel it out. If you feel pain that's more than 3 out of 10, back up and use a lighter bar. If even the lightest bar causes pain, it means you don't have the necessary range of motion yet, and you should work on improving that before trying the exercise again. But if the 20 kg bar feels okay, add 2.5 kilograms or 5 pounds each week while staying under the 3 out of 10 pain threshold. It takes time to build up to your working weights, but it's worth it. This exercise will wreck your side delts, and it has a great progressive overload potential, something that most side delt exercises don't offer. The 6th and 7th exercises on the list are neck extensions and neck flexion. I've got a whole video on neck training if you're interested, but to sum it up, neglecting neck training will make you look unproportional once you get jacked. Neck muscles grow fast, and after just 2 months of training it, I've added 4 centimeters or almost 2 inches to my neck, distributing the fat on my face, making it look less chubby and more jacked. Like dumbbell pullovers, I rarely see people do this exercise in the gym, but it's a must if you want to keep your shoulders healthy long term. The rotator cuff acts as a stabilizer on your presses but doesn't get isolated enough to grow. As your chest, shoulders and triceps get bigger from pressing, your rotator cuff muscles stay the same, which can lead to pain or injury. To prevent that, aim for 7.5 of your 1 rep max bench for 8 to 12 reps with a 4-second negative on the dumbbell external rotations. Ben Patrick of the Knees Over Toes guy recommends 10% of your 1 rep max bench press for 8 to 12 reps, but at least shoot for the minimum 7.5% of your 1 rep max bench press. Don't round your back when you pick something up. It's a common advice, which is generally good advice if you aren't used to lifting with a rounded back. But it's unavoidable. At some point in your life, you'll lift something up with a rounded back. Whether it's a kit, heavy furniture, or a barbell, without the foundational strength in these positions, you risk injury, with 40 to 60% of lifters experiencing some form of lower back pain or injury during their careers. Strengthening your back in these vulnerable positions can save you from a lifetime of pain. Start with bodyweight Jefferson curls, then follow the same progression as the behind the neck press, adding 2.5 kilograms or 5 pounds each week, staying under the 3 out of 10 pain threshold. And finally, number 10, wrist extensions. A lot of lifters end up with wrist pain and resort to using wrist wraps for things like barbell bench press and overhead press. But really, that's just covering up the actual problem. Your wrists aren't strong enough. I had a buddy who was running the Jeff Nippard push-pull legs program, and after a few months, he started to feel wrist pain. It got to a point that he was skipping push sessions because of it. After a break from the gym, he started training again, but now with me on my plan, but it didn't take long for the wrist pain to come back again. So I added 2 sets of wrist extensions at the end of one of our arm days, and within a month, the pain was gone. Wrist pain in lifters is often caused by a muscle imbalance between the forearm extensors and flexors. The forearm flexors get an indirect stimulus on things like hanging or doing pull-ups, where the forearm extensors don't get much of a stimulus from any exercise. That results in an imbalance that can lead to pain. If you want to go all out and bulletproof your wrist, you can also do wrist pronations, supinations, ulnar deviations, and radial deviations. They're pretty boring on their own, so I like to save time and giant set these exercises with dumbbell incline presses. Here's how I do it. I start with a set of incline dumbbell presses, and without resting, I go straight into wrist ulnar deviations. I take about a minute of rest and then hit wrist radial deviations. Then I repeat that for another set. After my third set of dumbbell presses, I do wrist pronations, rest a minute, and then finish with wrist supinations. I repeat that one more time, so by the end, I've done 2 sets of each wrist exercise and 4 sets of the dumbbell incline presses. You can pair these wrist exercises with any lift that doesn't heavily involve the wrist and forearms, and they'll give you that extra wrist stability you need. I pushed through pain for the majority of my lifting career, resulting in knee, back, wrist and hip pain because of it. I worked out most of these aches and pains, but some I don't know if they will ever be the same. Don't make the same mistake I did, and listen to your body. Incorporate these exercises. Most of these exercises are great muscle building exercises on their own, but the prehab benefits are unmatched.